Hey, this is Dennis Bond here, and this is the Veteran AI main dashboard. So after you've created several disabilities and you have basically got a few graded by the VA, that's awesome. What we do here is we try to break down the VA process into basically its root elements to get rid of some of the confusion. So a few things you can see here that confuse every vet, including myself at one time, is VA math. So how VA math works is if let's say you have two disabilities both at 50%, the first one is going to be rated at 50%, and the second one is actually 50% of the remaining healthy 50%. That is how VA math works. So basically there'll be a 50 and a 25 in that case. So here you can see in our example, we have a 70% for PTSD and a 10% for tinnitus. And what that means is tinnitus is really only 3% because, again, it's 10% of the healthy 30%. So, again, that is roughly how VA math works. The only thing we don't take into account right now is bilateral factors. So, just so you guys understand that that won't be accounted for. So, there may be some slight differences if you do have a bilateral factor applied to you. Additionally, here, a little helpful tool that we added, you can always change, basically the compensation due to based on different ratings. Down here, what we're trying to do on the Gather More Evidence tab is we are attempting to break the disabilities down into their three elements. Roughly speaking, every disability requires some sort of event. It changes depending on the theory, a diagnosis, and some sort of nexus. Okay. So we encourage that every veteran, before you submit a claim, this is not a requirement, but you have a diagnosis. Because if you have a diagnosis from your provider, you are basically meeting one of the three elements prior to going to that CMP exam. So we always recommend that. And basically us having this little yellow triangle here says to, veteran John Doe, hey, you should go get a diagnosis. Same thing here. And that's just to clue you in to getting a diagnosis. For statements, we utilize statements at this time to help you, the veteran, show that there was some sort of in-service event or some sort of linkage between a primary and secondary condition, for example, like, hey, my headaches or my tinnitus is causing me headaches. These are the symptoms. And again, that can help you basically substantiate that claim. And lastly, we have a nexus. A nexus, the reason we leave this one generally grayed out is because a nexus, 9 times out of 10, probably more than that, will be decided at the CMP exam. So again, we leave this one grayed out. We are working pretty diligently to basically, if you get a decision letter and upload it, our system will detect that you got a nexus or denial because of a nexus, and we'll update that accordingly to show red. And at that point, you again can make a nexus letter on VeteranAI and submit that to your primary care and hopefully submit that to the VA for a successful claim. Okay, so I did want to go over that. That's all I wanted to go over. Keep these nice and short. Again, like, share, comment, subscribe. All those things help out a lot. And again, we are here for every veteran. So if you are a veteran that needs assistance for some reason with payments, you can always join our Discord. We actually have a free month in there for everybody to make sure everybody has access to our system. So again, thank you very much. Take care.